Good morning, my boys. It's 6:56 a.m., and I'm outside walking. Bro, the sun is finally back out again. This is a beautiful morning, man. I needed this. The last 5 days in Nashville been straight rain, cloudy, gray, heavy, and I swear that weather been sitting on my chest. But now that I'm out here walking, sun on my face, I feel lifted, rejuvenated, like I just stepped out of fog I ain't even realize I was living in. So, yeah, man, I'm feeling better. Got work in a few hours, so if I'm gonna enjoy any part of this day, it's gonna be right now, on this walk. 'Cause by the time I get home, it's gonna be dark again. That's winter for you. Lock in, my boys. Can't believe it's already November. This year's basically over. But you know what? It's been a good one, bro. Like deadass, I feel like this was the year I started turning into a man. I know I'm 24, but when you hit 24, you don't feel like a man yet. You still got that college energy in you. But this year showed me glimpses of who I'm becoming. I moved out my parents' crib in January, paying my own rent, running deep-fried logic, dealing with life's little punches. And through all that, I can see the potential, bro. I can see this thing going to the moon. Next year's gonna be different. Not make or break, but the test year. The real trial and tribulation season. Right now it's a Cinderella story, but next year, I gotta show what I'm made of when it ain't fresh and new no more. Last scroll I talked about stressing over season 2, switching the visuals, wondering if people would still fuck with it. But now I realize that was a blessing. When I was laying my scripts over Minecraft backgrounds, yeah, it worked, but it wasn't making me better. It was comfortable. God don't let you stay comfortable. Now I see this as a challenge, a creative stretch, something to make me write sharper, think deeper. And one thing about me, some days I give 100%, some days 5%, but even 5% is better than 0. You can't afford a 0 day. You hear me? So yeah, it's stressful, but that's the name of the game. Let me tell you something. 2 years ago, I spent the summer in New York, and the biggest lesson I learned was, you're gonna work hard at something. No matter what it is, you're gonna have to show up. Anything that's gonna feed you, that's gonna support you, it's gonna require hard work. Even if you're a streamer, bruh, people think that's easy. Nah, it's hard to be entertaining every day. As a dude who writes entertaining shit for y'all, I can tell you, that shit takes energy. You're gonna work hard at something, bro. Could be cars, could be plumbing, could even be stripping. Yeah, I said it. Even strippers work hard, nigga. They gotta seduce all them dudes, dance all night, deal with drunk energy. That's work. So no matter who you are, you're gonna have to work hard at something. Ain't no way around it. Now look, I've been seeing this little NLE Choppa and NBA YoungBoy situation. Ain't really a beef, but shots been thrown. Let me say this first. NBA YoungBoy is tough. As somebody who pours his soul into his art, I know another man doing the same. YoungBoy one of them artists, where you believe every word he say. I get where NLE coming from, but you can't act like YoungBoy trying to corrupt the youth. He's not chasing mainstream. He's just real. He's putting his pain in his work. People say I influence the youth. Bro, I'm just out here talking out loud. But yeah, influence brings responsibility. I just don't think YoungBoy gives a fuck. And honestly, that's part of what make him great. He's signed to a label, got obligations, probably forced to drop albums nonstop. He's in a tight position. NLE reborn and calling him out. I get it, but you was just on the same wave not long ago. Whole thing's messy, but I get it from both sides. Man, I gotta tell y'all about this find. I was on YouTube and stumbled on a 45-minute mix of WWE theme songs, Lo-Fi edition. Brother, that shit was fire. Pure nostalgia. Pure vibe. Lately I've been struggling to find music that hits my soul. I like rap, but I can't always handle that negativity first thing in the morning. R&B? Don't want to hear about sex at 7 a.m. Gospel's cool, D, but sometimes I just want to chill. Maybe I need jazz, or instrumentals. Something that lets my thoughts breathe. I still rock with Mexico Dro. He makes that hustler music I can grind to, but he don't drop enough. So maybe I'll step into that void myself. Should I freestyle on this walk? Aight, bet. I'm walking down the street. It's 7 a.m. Soon as I see a baddie, I'm sliding in the DM. She might tell me no. I'll just tell her to go. At the end of the day, I'm getting money, for show. I'm broke right now, but it could be worse. At least I ain't locked up, riding in a hearse. Right, that's why I ain't a rapper no more. I be getting too deep. Back in the day, though, oh man, me and my boys used to hotbox the car and freestyle for hours. They always made me go last, because they knew I was going to set it off. That was the rule. Now, let's talk about this world, bro. I realize I live in a bubble. I don't watch the news. I don't keep up with politics. That shit just adds stress to your life. Like right now, the government's shutting down, and I couldn't even tell you what's really going on in Washington. When I lived with my mom, she used to watch the news religiously. Old folks love the news. But me, I already know the world's fucked up. And truth be told, you can only control what you can control. Watching the news just adds extra stress. Most of what they feed you is meant to stir emotion, keep you tuned in. I don't need that. I only pay attention when shit gets real, like when we bombed Iran's nuclear facility. And look, I'm no political expert, but let me explain this in hood terms. America's the big bully on the block. We've been flexing power since Hiroshima. The Middle East hates us for that Western arrogance, but our arsenal too strong for them to do anything. So if Iran start building nukes, that's like your Opps saying, I'm going to the trunk. Bruh, you don't let that man go to his trunk. You handle that before he comes back with something that ends the whole party. That's how America thinks. And yeah, it's fucked up, but that's the logic. We've done so much dirt globally that we can't let the playing field get even. We guilty by association. I don't agree with everything Uncle Sam does, but to the opposition, I am Uncle Sam, and that's why I'm low-key thankful. America's messy, but at least we safe. Our enemies are across oceans. We not like India and Pakistan, neighbors that hate each other, both with nukes. We not like Ukraine getting jumped by Russia next door. Can you imagine that level of anxiety? That's like Memphis, a small city. There's beef everywhere, and the niggas that killed your mom, dad, and your dog live right up the street. Of course there's gonna be gunplay. Same thing on the global scale. So yeah, America's flawed, but I'm glad I live here. World peace sounds nice, but humans too greedy, too proud, too religiously divided. Ain't never gonna happen. Now superheroes and wrestling, let's talk about that. Bro, I'm so grateful I grew up when I did. WWE was raw back then, not this polished corporate shit they pushing now. Every entrance theme used to hit. Every storyline had edge. It was sick, it was gritty, it was real. Now, they should call it WWE polished. Ain't nothing raw about it anymore. That lo-fi mix brought me back, man. That era made me fall in love with performance. And that's what I crave now. Raw, daring art. That's why I love The Boys. It's messy, violent, honest. If y'all know any shows like that, comment them. Unc love the bullshit, 'cause I'm a real nigga. Anyway, I just started running, and everything's hitting. It's alright, bro. I'ma figure everything out. This is part of the process. If it was easy, everybody would be successful. There's weeks like this, where you question everything, where your mind racing, trying to bridge the gap between you and greatness. But I read y'all comments yesterday, all y'all saying, keep going, Unc. And you right, that's exactly what I'ma do. So shout out my boy Jose, and every nephew that keeps me grounded. I love y'all for real. We're gonna keep going, my boys. Keep God first. Be a real one. Do the right thing, and don't stop. 'Cause once you stop, your dreams stop. Have a good day, my boys. Unc loves you.